Hey guys, we're back. We are here on Alaz, and we are about to set up all of our launch pads to be able to take stuff up to space. So the first thing we're going to do is, so that we don't forget to do it, we're going to drop down a Spidertron and let us. I decided what I'm going to do is all of these remote Spidertrons, I'm going to turn them all red. What the heck, right? Okay, so there he is. That way when we leave, we got a Spidertron here. We don't forget to drop him off. All right, so let's get going. We got going here. So now, what we figured out last episode is we need 4 rockets. We need 1 for vulcanite blocks. We need 1 for our holmium plate, which we've got filling up on this one, so we're going to leave it on that one. We're going to set 1 up down here for vulcanite, and then we need 1 for our holmium cable, and ultimately for holmium solenoids, which we're not making yet. Excuse me, but they're easy enough to make. They take a plate and they take a cable. Now the cable takes plastic. So we actually have plastic coming up here to make our red circuits. So we're going to tap off of this plastic. So we're going to put all 3 of our launch pads right in this area. So the first thing we're going to need is we're going to need a signal for those launch pads. We're going to want one up here for this puppy. So we might as well place him now. Squeeze that in as best we can. I think that'll work. And then we're going to want a decider combinator to go with that. That'll work. And we're going to tell this holmium plate greater than 0, output a 1 green signal, right? So what that's going to do is when we get our signal in for our plate, oops, Q, then we can Q, then we can launch. So this is going to be looking for this holmium plate greater than 1, right? This is going to be, and I want to spell this right, H-O-L-mium. H-O-L-mium. Plate. Alright, so what's going to happen is this is going to look for a holmium plate signal. When it gets it, it's going to come down here. It's going to tell this to output a green signal. That green signal will come down here, and we're going to do, on this, we're going to go to Perma 1 Alaz Raw, which is where we want it to go. Launch trigger, we're going to go launch on green signal when the car goes full. So it has to wait for this to fill up, and it has to wait for a green signal coming from here, and then that will launch. So that'll give us our wonder why it's showing fuel. I guess because there's fuel in the rocket. I don't know. Anyway, so that will launch our rocket for our holmium plate up to space, and we're going to do the same thing with the other 3 items. So let's go ahead and we're going to place 1, 2, trying to, you know what, let's do something here. Trying to give myself working room. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see if that works. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's going to give us enough working room between them to run whatever we need to down. All right. So then we need, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. That should give us enough working room to bring in any belts or anything else we need to bring in here. Now these need power and what have you hooked up to them, so that's we'll get to that. So 1, 2, 3, right? Here to here, here to here. Same thing. Here to here, here to here. Oops. Fat fingers. 1, here to here, here to here. Right? Okay. So this first one, we're going to do vulcanite cubes, right? So we're actually going to turn this down. See if that hits. Perfect. Okay. We'll bring this down. We're not gonna start loading this yet, because I'm gonna need one of these rockets to go to our next location. All right. So this is going to be, make sure we spell it right. And I'm capitalizing. I know it's not capitalized in the name. I'm capitalizing. So shoot me. And we want, where is our vulcanite block? Greater than 0, output green, right? And this was going to be Claudius, Perma 1, allows raw, launch on green. Okay? That's what we ultimately are going to want, but we're not going to want that because we're going to go to another planet first with this one. Then we'll go back and reset that one. We're going to leave it set up for that for now, just to have it properly set. So then that should be right there, and then this one is going to be where is it? Make sure we got the name right. Where is the stupid? Oh, there it is. Holmium cable. Excuse me. No. Yeah. Holmium cable. So holmium cable. Right? Same thing here. Why am I not? Why can I never see this? I don't know. Oh, there it is. See, and then that's holmium solenoid. Okay, so holmium cable, greater than 0, signal green. Same thing here. Allows raw. Launch on green when cargo's full. And we can actually copy that. So we'll go shift right click, shift left click. No, I guess we can't copy. Huh. We can't copy the settings? That sucks. Alright. Well, there you go. Something new learned every day. It's not that big a deal to set this. Just make sure it's set right. Okay. And this is holmium solenoid. right? So we're going to be here. Holmium solenoid. Okay. Greater than 1 green. And this is going to be holmium solenoid. Okay. So that has got all of that hooked up as far as what's going to go in there. Let's back this up a couple because there we go. All right. Boom, boom, boom. So now let us put down poles for this. Trying to make sure. There we go. All right, so they're all hooked up now. All right, so now we want down here, we're going to want a capsule to go in each of these. Oh, we're going to need some more of those. Fine. We want this, and we want, let's say 10. I don't know if we're making them here already. Let's just do 10 and see if we're making them here. If we're not, that's fine. Let's go over here and get into our system. See if they show up. Okay, we are making them. So we just got to wait for it to bring them to us. So what we're going to do is we're going to have these input capsules. And then that'll request our single capsule to each and build our capsules in. We're basically just getting our pads set up first, and then we'll worry about our manufacturing for our holmium. We got those. We got 8 on the way of these. Just got to wait for them. Come on, where you guys at? Oh, they brought them already. Okay, cool. All right, so we want this. Right, and then we're going to want one of each of these. And we are also not in our logistics network, so we're going to put down a, can we squeeze one up here? Yeah, let's squeeze it in there. Now, something that came up on the Facebook discussion, and people were somebody was asking, is if you'll notice, it looks like these receivers are part of the logistic network. They are not. It's just the way they were made. I think they're copied from another item and then built off of that copy. So it looks like they are part of the logistics network, but they actually are not. You actually have to connect them with red or green wire, otherwise they will not be connected. So that's something when you're doing this to keep in mind, just for your own info, because it will fool you, and you'll be left wondering why in the hell it's not doing what you think it's supposed to be doing. All right, so let's connect these. And it's just Q to, once you've got it connected, because it wants to daisy chain automatically, and you don't want it to daisy chain, so you hit Q to turn it back off. So we're going to go the capsule. less than 1. All right, so that's going to be turned on if there's less than 1 capsule in here. This we're going to request 1 capsule. So it'll always have 1 in reserve. It'll always have 1 in there. Now this, we can shift right, shift left to copy. Shift right, shift left, and they will that will copy over. It's a shame that, well, I guess it sort of makes sense that these won't. It's not something you're going to normally be copying, so I suppose it, you know, whatever. All right, so there's that. Now we need to build the rocket, right? So we need input rocket pieces parts. You know what, we're just going to use fast inserters. It really, I guess, doesn't matter what inserters we use. Shit, we're going to have to, let's do this. Just because we need the coverage. All right, there we go. So we're going to need 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. And we can either connect there to there, or we could connect there to there. Oops. There to there. And it's all the same wire-wise. But just from my own ease of being able to know where things are going, ultimately, I'm going to connect it straight to it. Okay? All right. And then this is going to be rocket pieces less than 100, right? Because it takes 100 to make a rocket. Shift. All right, so there are our rocket pieces. I guess we really don't need 1 there, do we? Okay, so there's going to be our rocket pieces coming in. And there we go. Now, do we have... Yes. Just to speed it up a little bit. And since we acquired them and we're going to need to get out of here sooner than later, let's put them there. Let's go up here. Swipe the ones out of here. Put that in there. We want our first rocket built. We want to be ready to go where we're going. Then we're going to need fuel. So, Miss Moneypenny, let us make fuel. And rather than screw with these ones up here and have to try and connect to them because that's in the way and blah, blah, blah. You know what? Screw it. We're going to get rid of that. We'll put that someplace else. pretty sure, oops, we missed it by one, didn't we? It's hard to tell, but there is a pipe connection here and here. You can see as I move over, it changes, and you can see the bottom part of the pipe connector. Even though you can't see it in the model because of the angle, it is there. That's a shame. But we'll make do. There we go. All right, so there's that, blah, blah, blah. Now, let's put this RoboPort someplace. I guess we could put it there. It doesn't matter. That puts it in the network. That puts these in the network. That's what we're after. We just need to fill that hole. All right, so before I that's going to go there, that's going to go there. All right. Before I make this last connection here, I want to change the destination on this puppy. We're going to go to Mossgarden next. So let's change this now to Mossgarden. Okay? And we're going to go Mossgarden landing pad. Because when it starts filling up the fuel, I don't want to waste any fuel. So we're going to go ahead and set that to Mossgarden now, because that's where we're going next anyway. And then once we've done that, then we can set this to where we actually want it to go. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is, because I know all of these are going to go into these ones before they go into this one and blah, blah, blah. I want this rocket done and ready to fly. I need 52 more. We're going to let it build up. And we're going to do this. Because we're gonna save all of them. We're going to go ahead and I don't want to sit here and wait for it to build this rocket, basically. All right, there it is. Now we can do this. Let me get rid of those. All right, there we go. We return it all back to where it belongs. And now it'll just build these rockets, and it'll take some time, but they will build up, and that's okay because they've got to fill up anyway. All right, so now we have all of our rockets set up, and they're made to build what they need to build. Do something here real quick. Okay. So we got them all set up to build, right? And they got them all set up to send the capsules in and whatnot. It's requesting a capsule. Why is it? Okay, because we're not apparently, well, we are building capsules. Oh, rocket logic units. Is it asking for them? It is asking for them. Why is it not providing? Oh, okay. So it's not providing them because I don't know why. But we'll do this. There we go. Now to build the rest of the capsules. Alright, there we go. Now to build the capsules will go in the rockets, blah, blah, blah. Good. Alright, so there we go. So that has our rocket for our vulcanite blocks. That has our rocket for our holmium plates. Now we need holmium cables and holmium solenoids. So we need to bring down a line for our holmium plates and our holmium solenoids. And both require holmium plates as part of their process. So we're just going to come down here, work our way past our stuff, right? And then bring that on down further. And we're going to bring this on up. Now, these are not going to be fast to make right now. We're just setting it up to start making them. So they're not going to be fast to make yet. One space over. Yeah, that'll work. One space over. Then we're going to go here to here. All right. So this is going to give us our plastic input. This is going to give us our holmium plate input. This is going to give us out to go to there. And that's going to go to there. That's going to be our it's going to be our cable. So we're going to tell this make holmium cable. Okay? And then we're going to tell this, I don't think we can tell it to yet because I don't think we've researched it yet. No, we have not researched it yet. All right. Let's see if we can. There it is. That's why, because we don't have the pink level 2 science yet. We don't have this one yet. The energy science 2. So it's not gonna do us anything yet until we have that. We won't be able to make those, but we have it set up now to now. This is going to take absolutely for freaking ever to fill a rocket. This is not a permanent solution. This is just a I want to start making them solution. We're going to have to increase all of this production to make enough holmium plate to make these things, and then we can increase this production and start shipping them into here. I just want to start filling up a rocket with some of them so that we can have some to start messing about with that research. Right? It's not going to be the end-all be-all solution. We are just laying the groundwork for this to be the case. Now, can we? Yes, we can. And that will not only connect there, but that will connect to that as well. Boom. Right? There we go. So now we're starting to make holmium cable. Yay! And we are ready to make holmium solenoids when the time comes, because according to this, only thing we need is holmium cable and holmium plate. So we can start to get set up to produce these. Right? All right. So that is all of that. Where are we standing time-wise? We're about a half hour. All right, so there we go, guys. That is built, that is built, that is built. Why does this not have... Oh, because it doesn't have a capsule yet. All right, we need a capsule. Is this... That's got a capsule, that's got a... And that's got a capsule. Right? That's got a capsule. That's asking for a capsule. So we need 1, 2, 3 capsules. And each capsule requires 70. That's why we're still waiting. Oops. We'll get rid of those. We don't want those. We do, however, want those. Alright. So that's going to give us another capsule. And then we'll be on our way to having what we need. In the meantime, we're going to steal this capsule. And we're going to put it in here. Just so that we can build that rocket. Okay? All of this can sit and run. We're not in a hurry for any of this stuff right now. Because like I say, we have to increase all of this production. Okay? But, that being said, I think all of that is done. Yes, all of that is done. We have a Spidertron here. We have our infrastructure set up to build what we want built. I do not think. There you go. That's the whole sentence right there. Yeah, all of this can be, all of the upgrades, all of this outlying stuff can be done with Spidertron now. We just have to run all the stuff out there. So we are, in essence, DUN here on Nilaus. Everything else can be done through Spidertron. Let me see if we are making... I do not think we are making these here. Yeah, we only have 18 in storage. I don't think we're making these here. What I was going to do is potentially set this up. Now, it needs 25, not 18. I don't have all of the pieces, parts for this built right now. So I don't think... I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up Spidertron to have it bring all this stuff up, and I'm gonna drop that blueprint using Spidey later. And we will put all of these in Spidertron once we get all of them. See, it's not making any more of them. So we'll drop them in Mr. Spidertron up here. We're going to have to set up a little production spot for that, and that's as simple as dropping down ghosts. We don't need to worry about that right now. All right. There it is, guys. That is really all we needed to do at Nilaus. We're going to head off to Mossgarden. This should be ready. We're still low on fuel. Okay. So what we're going to do is our next stop will be Mossgarden, and we're going to basically do the same thing that we did here, only we're going to do it at Mossgarden. And that will be all we need to do. Now, let us take a look, see, while we're waiting, because we're waiting on the fuel now, is all we're kind of waiting on. Yeah, coal. So, it looks like what we need to do is start setting up Spidertron to do mining. So let's go up here and set Spidertron. We're going to do logistics. We're going to say we want electric mining drills, and let's do 500 of them. What the hell, right? And then we're going to want him to request a bunch of that. We're going to want a bunch of those. We're going to want now, I don't think, in fact, I know for a fact that I am not making power poles here. I mean, I may be making them, but there is no wood here. So we run into an issue of, if I request power poles, we're going to run out pretty quickly. I'm going to go ahead and request them. We'll see how many ends up showing up. Let's go 400. I don't know how many are. Yeah, there's only 100 and some in storage, so that won't work out. We're going to want pipes. Let's go 500 pipes. We're going to go pipe to ground. We're going to go 600 of those. We're going to want long. What else are we going to want? We probably are going to want some pumps. Where are the pumps? Pump. Let's say 20 pumps. I don't know if we are making these or not. Let's request it and see if we're making them. Oh, we are making them. Let's see if that rebuilds that number after we suck them up. All right, so that's set up. We'll be able to send that out and have him build the rest of our resource fields for us. How are we doing on fuel? We are done on fuel. Okay. I was just basically killing time till we got to the fuel part. Alright guys, so there it is. We are set up on a Laws. Everything else can be done remotely with Spidey. We just mainly wanted to get a Spidertron over here. That's why we have to come here. That leaves us with 2 more Spidertrons. So 2 more locations before we have to go back to Navis. Excuse me. We are heading to our next one, which is going to be Mossgarden. And I think we are set up to head there. So let's go to Mossgarden. Oh, wait a minute. Let's do one more thing before we go to Mossgarden. Nope, wait. We're good. We're good because we already put down a mini loader. Never mind. All right, let's go to Mossgarden. Landing pad, blah blah blah. Boom. All right, we are off to Mossgarden. In the meantime, there we go. Because then we can change this to this. Oh. Almost had enough time to do it. That's okay. There we are. We're here. We can go U. We can go Alaz. View surface. And we can set this up. We can go launch on green when full. We can go raw Alaz. There we go. All right. Now, the other thing that we need to do on this, and it's a pain in the ass to have to do this because this is going to fill up. We've got more than enough to fill this. Is we're going to have to go, and where is, we're going to have to go here to here, and we're going to have to tell this, all right, this holds 500 and they're 100 each, so that's 2 more zeros, right? So 50,000. Yeah. So we're gonna go vulcanite blocks less than 49,000 right now. Right? Set. All right. So that should fill it. Because what we're needing to do is we need to leave enough space for this to build the rocket. Because we don't have enough rocket parts built up yet to sustain that. And what we should have done while we were here, and we didn't do it, so we're going to do it now, is we're going to do an upgrade. Open this up, and we're going to go upgrade from this to this, and from this to this. Okay? And we're going to tell it to upgrade all of those. so that they make them faster. Now, what I have not figured out to do, and this is going to be something we're going to have to work towards figuring out, and I think I know how I have to do it down the road, is how to put whatchamacallits into these speed modules and production modules into these remotely. I don't know that you can. That is something that we're going to have to work towards trying to figure out. And I think the way you have to do it is you have to create a blueprint with it in it and replace it. That's life. We'll just have to live with that part of it. But eventually it'll upgrade all of these, and this will move faster, and we'll start building our rockets, and that'll be that. So here we are on Mossgarden. Now, Mossgarden, there are a number of items that we can make with Vitamelange. So let us look at Vitamelange, right? And that gives us the Vitamelange nuggets. And Vitamelange nuggets along with Vitalic acid will give us biosludge. We are making roast already, right? We are also making, we're making extract and we're making spice. So Vitamelange extract will give us Vitamelange reagent. This we have to do in space. This we have to do in space. This we have to do, we can do here or in space. So that's Vitalic acid and Vitalic reagent. And we can do both of those down here. And that's with the Vitamelange extract, okay? And then we can do Vitamelange spice, space, space. All right, so there's two more things, it appears, that we can make down here. That we're not making. So we're in the same situation as Allah's basic. Excuse me, basically. We can make, well, no, we can make epoxy. Vitalic epoxy. Oh, autosave. Come on. Let's do our save. All right. Okay, so that makes self-sealing gel, but that's upstairs. We have to do that. All right. So how do we craft this? We can craft it down here on planet. So it's Vitalic acid and Vitalic reagent. Okay, so there are three things right now that we can make. Is there anything else? That looks like it's directly related to Vitamelange. So 1, 2, 3. The bioscrubber, I believe we are making in space. Yeah, you have to make that in a life support facility. And well, we might be able to make it down here. Yeah, I think we make that down here too. Let's take a look. I mean, Claudius orbit. we already know what it is we plan to ship up here. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is we got, because we got that acid and the, yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So potentially 5 more things that we're going to want to ship from down there. That we're not making them yet, but we will be making them. So when the time comes, we're going to have 5, 6 more launch pads, because we need 1 more launch pad for this stuff here. Because we already got 1, we need the other one. And then we're going to need 5 more on top of that. So we're going to need 6 launch pads set up to launch stuff. What are we waiting on here? Rocket sections. And rocket sections are waiting on red circuits. And red circuits are waiting on green circuits. And green circuits are waiting on wood. Alright, because, yeah, if memory serves me right, we don't have stone here. So we've been building it with wood. And we're out of wood again. We need to harvest more wood. Yep, we need to harvest more wood. This is the situation. Somebody was on the Facebook talking about, well, what do I do with all this wood? Save it. If you're playing SpaceX, save it. You're gonna have to, at some point, have to have a place where you need to send all your wood. We don't have stone on this planet, pretty much at all. You know, stone is, 43% and 12% richness. There's no stone here. In fact, I think we are completely out of stone on this planet, if memory serves me right. But we got plenty of trees. We can harvest the shit out of trees. So we'll have to make a bunch of trees. So that's where we stand. We're going to have to go tree gathering again. We had already started to strip some of this area of trees. We'll have to start stripping trees again. And we're going to have, and let's do it right now while we're thinking of it. Let's put down Spidertron. And again, we're going to turn it Spidertron red. Just easier to find if I know what I'm looking for, and it's a habit to look for the red on all the planets. So there we go. All right. So we know what we're going to have to make. We're going to have to make 6 launch pads. We're going to have to do a bunch of tree harvesting, which we will do off camera to get this kicked into gear again. And there we are. We are now at Mossgarden. All right, guys. You guys have a good day. Bye.